It takes maintenance to keep them up, and that was the other problem with it. They didn't have the plan initially.
They're trying to stop plans for a greener buffalo from literally dying. Tonight, News 4 is investigating. The major project breathed life into Main Street with new trees and medians, and now 9 years later, many of those trees have died and been replaced. News 4's Lou Raguse is following up on this story tonight. Lou?
Diana, the multi-million-dollar project added greenscape to Main Street, but began without a good plan to care for the trees. At one point, nearly all the trees were dead. Volunteers hope a new city plan to maintain the medians will finally help them thrive. The trees in the medians along Main Street add an element of beauty, but over the years, they've also been a pain in the neck to volunteers like Patty Ralabate.
We got tired of looking at all the dead things, and we knew the cavalry wasn't coming, we like to say.
Ralabate and two others say they've done most of the work maintaining the medians and bringing things back to life and convincing the city to help.
If you and those two others didn't do any of this work from the beginning, what would those medians look like right now?
Oh, they'd all be dead. They didn't realize this isn't Florida. This is Buffalo, New York, and you got to deal with the snow. You got to deal with, all of it, the salt.
At one point, they were all dead. The city felt the medians were necessary in 2003 in order to receive more than $300 million in state and federal money for the Main Street project. But there wasn't much of a plan to maintain them.
Well, there wasn't plans for watering.
She says the city started watering them in about year 4. And the city now has a $74,000 contract for a company to water and maintain the medians.
I think there were some issues with watering for sure at the beginning and some of the material dying off. I think we've corrected that. I think the way forward is a good one.
Despite a few current dead and missing trees, Ralabate is currently happy with what the city's doing. But other factors affect the trees. Drivers hitting the medians is another problem. In fact, this one off of Humboldt Parkway was hit 20 times last year. Plans are in the works to fix spots where the median curbs are crumbled. But was all the time and money worth it? Ralabate admits even the thriving trees planted in the narrow medians have a limited lifespan.
I think ultimately they're going to die. Maybe it's 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road.
Although the long-term future, as you just heard, of those trees is uncertain, both the city and the volunteers are currently happy with the agreement. So why weren't the trees taken care of initially? I'll have more on that coming up at 6. Reporting live, Lou Raguse, News 4 at 5:30.